Good day to you, Cancer, and welcome to Meenakshi Tarot. This is a general reading for you for the second week of August. So we see here, Cancer. Oopsie, before I go any further, if this reading doesn't resonate with you, Cancer, please look at your moon, your Venus, and your rising. Wow, Cancer. Okay, I've been a little late with the readings this week. I haven't been well. I've had the flu, and my voice is still a bit off. But I do hope that you guys can hear me clearly. But your cards coming out here, this is definitely about a relationship and a family situation. Some of you could be making a serious commitment. If you don't already have this, we can see that there's a serious commitment coming up here, an engagement or a marriage, something very serious happening. But there is a little bit of chaos coming through with this relationship. There's this chaos and choices that needs to be made. But through this chaos, you need to look at, you know what, this is one of my favorite cards, the Tower. And what I love about this Tower card is that, it, you know, for me, I always feel that it's through chaos that we can have our rebirth. It's through chaos that we can have something new coming forward for us. You know, things are always so tranquil. You sometimes don't see what's beneath the surface, and chaos is sort of like disruptive, and it creates that disruption that allows us to see ourselves. You know, how do we cope under stressful circumstances? How do we cope when circumstances change from what we are aware of? Because with this change, it could be a very quick change that's coming towards you, you know, especially if you have been living on your own and now you're looking at moving in with somebody. It's going to be a very changing environment. So it's a time of you learning about yourself, them learning about themselves, and you guys coming together. And it's about making choices. So you guys have to make some choices. There could be some very serious choices that needs to be made, choices that have a long-term effect, choices that, you know, could, if you do make the wrong choice, it could have dire consequences going forward. So this card reveals to us that there's a lot of seriousness in this relationship that is required. You need to look at things quite seriously as you're moving forward. But there's also a lot of celebration, a lot of joy, a lot of happiness. Some of you Cancerians could have fire energy in your chart, and fire is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. You have, we see you also coming through with this, having to make some choices. You're having to look at the way you are viewing things. You need to look at the future. You need to plan. You need to structure. You need to know what is happening. But this is definitely some kind of event that is happening in some of your lives. You could be attending functions and parties, socials. There could be a lot of things happening. And in some instances, you have to go on blind faith when it comes to making decisions. But if you listen to literally the environment around you, what's going on around you, you can make your decisions knowing that you have all the information that you need to make these decisions. We see that there is a very happy family situation that is unfolding, almost generational happiness. It's almost like a fulfillment of all your wishes coming true. Some of you could be having a second chance, a revival. It's like new beginnings. It could be something that you've waited for. Some of you could have been in a long-term couple relationship that wasn't the serious commitment that is now happening. So we see this is coming forward, that there is this long term, that there's now going to be a definitive label. I can actually use the word label on your relationship. You are coming out with your relationship. You are telling people about it, and it might be disruptive to other people because people may most likely not even realize you guys were a couple, did not realize that there was this relationship. But this relationship does open you up to new opportunities. Sorry, yes, the croaky voice I spoke about earlier. Excuse me, Cancer. So this opens you up to new opportunities, to starting something new, to inviting something new into your life. It's almost as though you've put in a lot of hard work. You've got a lot to focus on. It's almost as though you're feeling quite accomplished with what you've done and where you are in your life right now, Cancer. There's this new fulfillment, there's this new hope, there's this new joy, there's this new bliss. And you can look forward to this. You can look forward to all this joy that is happening in your life. So let's shuffle here and draw a few more cards and see what else does Tarot have to say for Cancer. Okay, Cancer. Okay, you've got Two of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. It's a little bit of juggling here. Some of you are finding yourself juggling. You've got the King and Queen of Wands. So having to be very focused with your energies as well. Having to have this direction, knowing what it is that you want to do, how it is that you need to do, and really thinking, you know, from a very honest psychological aspect about things. You've got the Moon, which is Pisces energy. You've got that reverse, and you've also got the Ten of Cups in reverse. So there could have been, while on the surface there's a lot of happiness and joy about this relationship and this coming together in this relationship, there could be some conflicting love news. There could be some conflicting drama that's happening. You've got the Judgment as well in reverse, Five of Wands. Maybe not everybody is very happy for you, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So there's a little bit of conflict coming through here that on the surface everything looks quite good, but you know, there's this relationship that needs a lot of work, a lot of juggling until you get to a certain point of contentment. There's news and messages that are coming through that is quite disruptive. There's choices that needs to be made, and you need to look to the past as well as you make these decisions, and you need to be very clear-headed, and you need to draw on this King of Wands energy and have a very level-headed attitude and understanding and grounding as you make these decisions. We see that some of you could be a little confused with regards to what's the next step going forward and how do you make these changes for yourself moving forward. But we also see that some of you could be a little bit confused, feeling as though you don't have all the information, you don't have all the facts, you're not sure about what to do, and you need to make sure that you are not moving forward under a cloud of delusion. Don't get preoccupied by surface things. Make sure you look a little deeper to see what is going on. Make sure that you have all the information, that you're not getting caught up in dreams and illusions. Some of you could be feeling a little bit out of sorts, a little bit disconnected. There could be a bit of lack of harmony within the situations because of choices that needs to be made. And even with this Judgment card, you've got this Judgment card now on the Ten of Cups, which is supposed to be a very happy time for you, but we do see that some of you could be faced with a situation where maybe not everybody is in agreement with you, where there could be some unexpected and also some, you know, people could be unhappy with the way situations have been handled. Things could have just been, the word is mishandled, really. That's just created problems, you know. And now you find yourself having to live with the consequences of situations that were not handled properly, where other people's feelings and opinions were not taken into consideration, where the whole matter in a family structure could be totally misaligned. We see there's a little bit of misunderstandings in the situation, but like on the surface, while you got everything that you wanted, there was another layer of information that's coming through where Cancer, where although it's almost as though you could be deluding yourself that everything is going to be okay, but you know the face that you are portraying to everybody else is not the truth about what is going on. There's really like a situations that have just become very chaotic, and very problematic. It's a second chance that has become a disaster with arguments. These new opportunities when it came to finances is now becoming quite difficult, where people are failing to agree or failing to keep their promises, and this is really becoming quite difficult for some of you Cancerians. So I'm drawing some more cards because a lot of you seem to have made decisions based on the bounty of others, and this seems to not be happening for you at the moment. So let's see what's going on here, Cancer. Okay, Cancer. Shuffle you some cards and let's see what's the message. We see you needing to be very grounded. We see you needing to be very connected. this King of Cups energy. You've got Justice, King of Pentacles, 2 kings coming up here. Death, rebirth. Queen of Swords, a lot of major energies coming up here, the Lovers. So you've got the King of Cups, which is water energy. That's your energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. King of Pentacles, earth energy, that is Gemini, earth energy is Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. You've got Justice, Libra energy. You've got the Lovers, Gemini energy. Okay, got the High Priestess here, 4 of Swords, and you've got the Queen of Cups. So you've got the King and Queen of Cups. So definitely your reading here for you, Cancer. It's your energy coming through here. So we have a situation where you need to really look at bringing this calm, this connectedness, this peace, this tranquility, this harmony within your situations. Within your love situation, your one-on-one situation with people, that could be in a very good place. You could have learned from things over the years and you're feeling quite tranquil, you're feeling quite peaceful, because this is what you are, about peace and love, and you're able to put yourself into this peaceful, meditative situations and allowing this love to flow throughout. And we see that coming through here, that even though there's been this disruptive energy and you've been waiting on news and information, you've got the Justice card in reverse. So some things might be out of balance, might be out of sync. You know, it's almost as though your darker side, your darker nature is rising up, saying to you, you know what, maybe you're not playing fair. Maybe your behavior has not been as upright as you would like to think it is. And maybe some of you have been, the word dishonest is coming into my mind. Spirit is leading me to use the word dishonest. Some of you could have been dishonest in how you have approached situations, and this is what has caused a lot of chaos in your circumstance. We see that there is this desire within you to have this. You've got the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles here. So this is age-old wisdom, wanting to have this contentment, having this, you know, this ability to be able to be relaxed and have all of this security, financial, emotional, spiritual security around you, and to be content, having this love of your life, having this homeliness within yourself. And that was really your focus. But for some reason, there was a lot of this chaos that was your own doing. It was your own doing, Cancer. We see that you're now faced with having to make these choices. And even though you might be feeling very undecided, feeling also indecisive about which way to go, there was a lot of joy, a lot of pleasure, a lot of coming together with a lot of good things that was happening. There was a lot of community, but there was a choice that was made that has now caused the end to this relationship, to some relationships. So you can either look at the choice that was made to either destroy these relationships, bring a death to these relationships, or to create a rebirth, a new relationship, a new kind of commitment. Our choice was yours to make. We see that some of you might have gotten caught up with your illusion of things, the way things were, the way you looked at how things were supposed to be towards the future, may not have been correct. And now you find yourself having to rethink about the way you want things to be. We've got this Queen of Swords energy, which is Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. We have a situation where some of you could have had a situation with this fire energy and this air energy. And I mean, we're looking Queen of Wands energy, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy. There's some miscommunication here, Cancer. It could have also been either family or friends where there was this fire energy and this air energy and this misinformation. It seems to be a misinformation that seems to have come through from this fire energy. And you finding yourself now this Queen of Swords energy, or even this Queen of Swords person looking towards the future about the decisions that you had made. So lots of things are happening here for you, Cancer. A lot of players are in your situation. A lot of other people have been affected by the choices that have been made. Like I said, you could also have a Libra person in your space. We see that there has to be this clarity of thought, this wisdom, because from this happy family situation became a lot of chaos, a lot of disappointment, a lot of disagreements, a lot of misunderstandings, and in some cases outright lies that has actually caused you to now have to look at the situations and find a deeper understanding and have more wisdom as you're moving forward. But in order to do that, you literally need to disengage from battle, realize that you had the second chance, and instead of confronting everything in a conflict manner, you needed to take some time out and literally rest in your nest while you try to figure out your situation. You needed to, to think about the way forward, to think about your heart, to think about the other person as well. It's almost as though you don't realize the connectedness. We are all connected. So there was a heart situation. It could be friendship, it could be family, it could be lovers, some kind of a heart situation where there was this connectedness, Cancer, which is now you in this contemplative phase of your life where you need to think about the choices that were made, what decisions were made, and how did it affect the relationships. You had a happy family situation and you're trying to have this lover's energy, this choice to be happy. In order for this, you're creating a love situation amidst chaos. And you've got that Queen of Cups energy as well, which is about love, connectedness, being creative, flowing. And you've got the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So is this energy of saying, here, you need to flow together. You need to allow the love, the creativity, your energy to flow together and coming into your King and Queen power as you allow things to flow for yourself. And this is what you need to do, because there's a lot of ego tripping that has happened here, Cancer. A lot of ego tripping, a lot of choices that were made that has had some effect on your relationships. Okay, let's draw some cards from Energy Oracle to see what does Energy Oracle have to say. We're going through a period of transformation, a period of healing, of being able to fix things. In some cases, for some people, it could be a bit too late. In other cases, it's not. There's always an opportunity for rebirth. Card that fell out, Magician and the Mirror. So it's very important that you realize that, you do have this ability to rise above the brokenness, the hurt, the pain, and you can bring healing to yourself and to your situations, Cancer. Okay, you can do that. Let us pull a few more cards. Yeah. Okay. Let's see, what does Tarot? Some of you are going through a situation where you are facing financial constraints, where things have become very difficult for you. And you have to be very aware that this could be very much of your own doing, because you have this power to have not allowed this to happen, but it has happened. You got this thinking woman, could be a friend. Some of you could be dealing with somebody, with a friend or somebody who encourages you to higher learning, some kind of wisdom to, upgrade yourself, to think better of yourself, to allow yourself to bloom, to allow yourself to change, to evolve, to not stay stagnant. We see contracts in reverse. Some of you could be facing a situation where contracts have not worked out, with things that promises that cannot be kept were not kept, and you are facing a dire situation. You have this card, which is good. Attachment in reverse is to me that many of you are realizing that you need to detach from the past, need to move on, and need to make some choices for yourself. And you have second chakra, Archangel Ariel. So feeling quite affirmed. We see that many of you are feeling quite confident about yourself. It's, I do believe that when we go through these bad situations, these so-called, I'm saying bad situations, because it's not really bad situations, it's life. That's what it is, it's life. You can't only have sunny days. We make a series of choices in our lives that leads us to these points, Cancer. And if you've made bad choices in your life, it's almost like if you decided to plant lemon trees and you wanted apples, you got nobody to blame but yourself that you planted lemon trees. You didn't read the label properly. So you did not read the label properly in a lot of your situations. You most probably were selfish and thinking about yourself. Hence this Justice card in reverse. Thinking about yourself, putting yourself into the situation where now you've got to affirm yourself. You've got to decide what is important for you, and you've got to be calm and focused as you move towards your future. Very easy to blame other people for the choices we make, Cancer, but this is one instance where you need to take responsibility for the choices that you have made. So let us see here. Meenakshi Tarot. I may not always tell you beautiful love stories, but I will tell you what Spirit has led me to tell you And I hope this is helping some of you guys out there. Growth comes from understanding that we need to evolve and not stay stuck in our situations. Keep making the same choices and we keep expecting a different outcome. So let's see here, Cancer. What's going on here for you? Some of you Cancerians could be also dealing with the Pisces person. That also came up here. So you could be having in a conflict situation with the Pisces person. So be mindful of that as well. So Cancer, where are you at right now? You need to get into the flow of things. You need to get into the flow of things and see where life is taking you, and understand that you need to stay focused and hold the course in this journey of life, and handle your situations with grace and gratitude as your life unfolds for you to your place of accomplishment, to the place of receiving. So Cancer, it's a lot that has happened and you have to take the higher road now. You have to be the better person and you have to move forward. So let's see what else the Starseed Oracle have to say for you as we move forward. What does Starseed Oracle have to say for Cancer? Oops, what popped out here for you, Cancer? You got two cards that popped out for you. The Weight of the World, the Great Severing. If you look at this card, you can see there's a woman lying in this beautiful pool of water, and here you see this energy, dark clouds looming. So this is about creating your boundaries. Some of you need to understand that you need to create some boundaries for yourself, and you may need to let situations go that have been bothering you for a long time. And you need to realize what is yours to carry and what is not yours to carry. Some of you could also be feeling very angry about things. You could be dealing with a lot of conflict. You're not trying to micromanage people, kind of micromanage situations. You could be feeling so angry about the way things are turning out. But you got to realize this is where you have to draw your boundaries and understand that you need to react in love. You need to soften your heart to situations, to what is happening. You need to have this loving energy. And even if you don't feel it, you need to transmute this anger and frustration, this irritation. The conflict needs to come down. It needs to calm itself. You need to let it go. You need to totally let all of the drama go and focus on what is important. Own your part in this drama. Own your part in your relationship problems. Own your part by you not having put these boundaries into your life. So you've got outsiders that have been interfering in your situations, and you yourself have been interfering in other people's situations. So Cancer, you need to now calm yourself down, maybe get into some meditation and realize that you need to see the innocence in other people, see that the innocence of them, and see the love that's there in them, and find that love that is within yourself and allow that love to flow. This is a very difficult time that you may be going through, Cancer, and I hope that you have the grace and mercy to go through all of this and make the changes that you need to make, and that you find it in your heart to be loving and kind. So I hope you guys have been able to resonate and help some of you, whoever needs this help, whoever this reading is meant for. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, and for those of you who have subscribed, thank you so much. Until next week, take care, Cancer, and goodbye.